miss y'all. Do y'all miss me? Because I miss y'all. Like we were in a groove on Mondays and then season 1 came to a close, but guess what? We're back. It's going crazy. Welcome to season 2 of the Whole You podcast, where culture meets wellness. Y'all, what have y'all been doing? Have y'all been all right? What have y'all been doing on Mondays? Drop something in the chat and let me know. I am so hype about season 2. You have no idea. And trust me when I tell you, we have things up our sleeve. We have exciting stuff that we're going to be bringing to you this season. So lock in, get reacclimated. Every single Monday, it's going to be me and you and everybody else. And we'll meet each other in the comment section. But again, welcome everyone who was rocking with us in season 1 and all the people who may not have been rocking on season 1, but you're rocking with us season 2. I am so glad to have you. If you don't know, my name is Dr. Khalida and I do all things wholeness. Okay. So we're going to get started. Y'all already know we always start this pod with what? Culture codes. You already know it. So I feel like literally doing the dance. Yo, it's the fact that Black people are doing it, Caucasian people are doing it, Asian people are doing it, Latino people are doing it. Everyone after the Super Bowl was like doing the dance. Fam, this song is such a cultural phenomena because they not like us. Poor Drake. Poor Drake. Drake, we're sorry. And I don't think the song is going anywhere. I feel like it has a couple of more months of steam behind it. So we're going to see what happens. Actually, I wanted to talk about Drake. Are we going to be talking about that in another episode? We can talk about it in this one. Okay. So Super Bowl 59, which was the name of the concert featuring Kendrick that also had football players at like the beginning of the concert and at the end. It was weird. I wasn't paying attention to that. But for the rest of us, Kendrick did a great job. Now, what is so interesting to me is the whole time everyone is just like, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? And then it's the fact that he hinted to it, which was so smart. But then he finally got to it and everybody was like, ah! But on top of that, if you're really not a hip hop head and you didn't grow up on rap music, I felt bad for the people that were in the stands, like what's happening, and the people that were at home, like what's happening. Because if you don't love rap music, Kendrick was just rapping. That's all he was doing. And I think because there weren't a lot of wide shots of the fullness of what he was doing, people couldn't actually even get into the fire aspect, which we're going to put it on the screen, of what he was trying to do in the view of that being an actual video game. Not understanding in the moment what he was speaking to regarding having the dancers up there in the formation of the American flag, and then the American flag splitting, and then what was the name of the gentleman that kept on coming out? No. Samuel L. Jackson. That piece was happening, and then putting the game in connection to a prison yard. We don't deserve Kendrick. We don't deserve his boldness. We don't deserve his courage. He needs to be protected at all costs. And then when Serena started crip walking, I said, it was just so good. I played it back on YouTube like 9,000 times. I'm just a huge Kendrick fan. And I love hip hop because I grew up on hip hop. And speaking of that, Drake, okay, a couple of things. First of all, you're not from America. We have, except now you can go back to my episode Raining Red. Y'all know how I feel about the fact that I'm an American. and you're from Canada, so we let you come over here, and we have accepted you, and you have made a lot of money here in our country. You have made money in an industry that's called music, in a genre that is very much hip hop. And we have something, you probably haven't heard of it. It's called battling in rap. You probably haven't heard of it. And when we do that, see, it's like the gloves are off, and we throw jabs, and they land wherever they land. Now, sometimes when you're battling, you can say ahead of time, like, no kids, no, fam, you can try to, but I don't really think y'all did that. And hey, Drake, I have heard you say many things over the years about many people that we could say was crossing the line. And so, A minor. I don't know what to tell you, but what I can tell you is you can't sue. You can't sue in battle rap. And you also didn't even sue Kendrick. You sued a major conglomerate. And I'm sitting here right now with someone that I think is still like a huge fan of yours. And I was letting him know it's not looking too good. I don't know what you're going to do, Drake, to come out of what you've gotten yourself into because of the way that you responded to Kendrick's amazing song. Now, I understand no one wants to be called an A minor, but I think that it's rap, it's battle rap. This is what it is. And I feel like we thought it was a song. I don't think we were paying as much attention to it. And I feel like you have hyped it to such a level that now everyone is thinking about what you didn't want them to think about. Because I knew the first part. I didn't know that the A minor, I didn't connect the two. You know who helped me connect it? You, Drake. You helped me. And so I'm be rooting for you. But I'm a Jay-Z, so I'm not even in your demographic. But there's one of your fans is sitting on my floor right now, and he's concerned. So are you still, you're hanging in there? All right. It's The Rock. I don't know. All right. Beyonce was like, what? What? We're going to put it on the screen. What? She was shocked. And then she got up there, and I wasn't overly shocked because your husband had got up there previously, and he had shared his feelings about the fact that you have. So I wasn't like in my living room, but that doesn't mean that you don't just deserve.
Embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work.
Album of the Year. This ain't Texas. Down, down. That's the only song I know. Do you know another? What was the other one? It's another. How does that go?
Most Wanted with Miley Cyrus.
How does that go?
It's not like a upbeat song. It's like a long, drawn out, passionate yeehaw.
Yeah, well, that leads me to the tour. It's a tour that's coming. And it's going to be sold out because it's Beyonce. And the outfits, like it's a theme. And so the people have a theme. So they're going to, like, cowboy hats are going, you're not going to be able to find one. It's going to be a whole entire situation. I just don't know if everyone in the stadium is going to be singing every single song. But we'll see what happens. But shout out to Beyonce, because that was a really big deal. Also, I want to do an honorable mention for Blue Ivy. She's just a vibe. I don't know. I just feel like she grew up overnight since the first time on the tour. Now she's like absolutely beautiful, and she has all of this confidence. And I love that for her. But we love the Carters. And I still want you to say something about this Marvel. My team told me that the Marvel Captain America now is black.
Yes, he is.
And they're trying to tell me that's a big deal. Y'all, I'm not into Marvel. Why is that a big deal?
Because just like think about racism, so Captain America, the person who represented America, was white.
Yeah.
But now he's black. Like it was the person who was his sidekick.
Oh.
But now he has taken on the role of being Captain America. So we have a black man as the mascot for America. And so it's a big deal with like a lot of people being like, no, we still want our Steve Rogers, which is the white male. And then him having to do things the right way. He even has a moment in the movie where he talks about how someone says, like, I feel like you do everything right. He's like, I have to, because there's so many eyes looking on me, not just because I'm Captain America, but because I'm black and Captain America.
Really?
So, yeah, it's a really big deal that Captain America is black.
Oh, I love that actor. What's his name? Anthony Mackie. He's phenomenal. Okay, y'all, I did not know that. What I think about that is it's like blackity, black, black, black. That's just what's going on right now. And so it's like for the culture. And it's Black History Month. Hello. And so today's culture code was all things black. Power to the, is that the right hand? I don't know. Is it, somebody Google whether power to the people has to be a fist that's the right hand or not. Somebody Google that. Nevertheless, my black is beautiful. Yes, I'm excited to be black, even though we love all people of all nationalities. All right, fam. So we're shifting into Ask Dr. K. And this question is, why do people sometimes miss toxic environments once they've left them? That is such a great question. And y'all know I don't see these till in the moment. Why do people sometimes miss toxic environments once they've left them? The first thing that I want to say that jumps out to me that I'm loving as it's coming to me is I don't know if they 100% miss the toxic environment. I think they miss not being challenged. I think that they miss comfort. I think they miss familiarity. I think they miss company. I think that we don't spend enough time looking at the tentacles of toxicity. And when people come out of that, it's not so much that they miss the toxic, because most of them sometimes in it were trying to get out of it. But once they come out of that space, the loneliness that they feel, the discomfort that they feel, and even the concept of having to start over again in something that I don't know, which is peace. I don't know health. I don't know unity. Is something that is equally as overwhelming as toxicity, but in a different way. And so I think that we have to be a little more prepared for the experience of exiting out of something toxic or unhealthy. And I think that those that are in the health and wellness industry need to do a better job of communicating about that and around that and coaching people so that they're not making these exits cold, if you will, with no real sobriety about what they're going to experience once they leave that place of toxicity, so that they have the tools or at least the awareness so that when they get on the other side, they're not shocked at what they're starting to feel as they chart a course that is unfamiliar to them. So I honestly think that that's what's going on. I don't think that we were created for toxic. I think that there is goodness in everyone. I have to think that, especially with the nature of what I do. There's this scripture for those that are Christians in the Bible that says, I would have fainted had I not believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I refuse to go through life not thinking that there's good in everyone, but I do think that everyone has a story, and that sometimes along people's journeys, there are things that have happened to them, things that they've encountered, experienced, that they've observed, that has tried to strip away that goodness. And they have landed now in a place of toxicity, or they have been not even given an appetite for the toxic, but almost like forced to eat a toxic diet. And now their palate has changed, but that wasn't their original palate. And so I think about when we try to stop eating sugar, stop eating things that have sugar in it, and how it is such a detox, right? Toxic, a detox. Because when we're feeding it to ourselves, it's doing something, the chemicals to our body that we're not realizing. And when we stop, we have to go through a season where it's almost like we're trying to give up a drug until we rewire our system for that which is healthy. I think it's the same thing. Even if you are thinking that you're missing the thing that used to make you cry, the thing that used to break you, I want to let you know that, one, you don't have to go back. And I don't think you really want to go back. What I think you're having a tough time is what you're experiencing outside of that toxicity. And I want to encourage you to keep on going, okay? You begged to get out of that last season. Don't return back to your vomit, okay? All right. So y'all know what's next because you remember, because we've been down this road. It is time for the situation room. So Danielle is going to read today's situation.
Okay, get ready.
All right.
The subject line for this email was worst Valentine's Day ever.
Oh, Lord. Jesus.
I recently found out that my girlfriend of 3 years has been financially supporting her ex-girlfriend for the past 6 months. This is a gentleman. And she never told me.
Wait. Flag on the play. Start again.
I recently found out that my girlfriend of 3 years has been financially supporting her ex-girlfriend for the past 6 months.
This is a male?
Yes.
who has a girlfriend.
Yes.
Who has been supporting her ex-girlfriend. Okay.
And she never told me.
All right.
When I confronted her, she said it's just to help her get back on her feet.
Okay.
And that I'm overreacting.
All right.
But I feel completely betrayed. If it was really nothing, then why hide it? Why not even mention it? Now I don't know if I'm being insecure or if this is a huge red flag. Should I try to work through this, or is this a sign that I need to leave?
Brandon just said life is crazy. Okay. All right. You know what? This isn't that complicated. I want to say this. We try to complicate things that are clear. I'm going to say that again. We try to complicate things that are very clear. So let me humbly try to show you how clear this is. And I'm going to go in a direction that you're not going to be expecting. You ready? I believe this said my girlfriend. All right, let's stop there. This is not a marriage. And I know y'all didn't think I was going to start here. This is your girlfriend. So technically, now mind you, I'm older but technically, my thought is whatever someone wants to do with their financial resources in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship is that person's private business. Now, if you are married, like I'm married, I have a husband, and we're married. And so what my husband does with his money and what I do with my money impacts the other. We actually have a thing where most of our money is pulled together anyway. So my husband, if I find out that he's supporting anybody, anyone, boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, father, sister, cousin, mentee, anyone, and I don't know about that's going to be an issue. I'm sure it would be for him, vice versa. I think that when you're dating someone, I don't know whether it is that it's necessary for you to know what they're doing with their financial resources, right? Read it one more time, the beginning.
I recently found out that my girlfriend of 3 years has been financially supporting her ex-girlfriend for the past 6 months.
Right. And if it is that you all have not pulled your money together and it is not your financial resource that has been going to this other person, that's none of your concern. So this is not a money issue. What the real issue is the awareness that there could still be some type of tie between your girlfriend and this other person, because who will break off money to speaks to a level of value. So then that's the other issue. So my suggestion is not that you zero in on the concept of the financial piece, but that you have a conversation with your girlfriend to get clarity on how she views this other person and where her feelings are concerning this other person. Because I don't think your issue is that she's financing over here. I think the issue is, if she is, then what does that mean? And you want to focus and let the main thing be the main thing. And so approach her at the right time, in the right space, and have a conversation, not one that's accusing, but simply ask what is going on between you and this other person. And if they ask you, why do you ask that? You can calmly say, in my mind, if you're supporting this person financially, that makes me feel like there might be some level of care that is higher than just a friendship type of a relationship, and then see what she says. I think that this might have been brought to your awareness for a reason. And so have the courage to explore it. And then also be prepared for her response. When you're dating somebody, it is really an opportunity to gain information. You're looking for data. I want to know more about this person. I want to explore this person regarding whether or not me and this person can connect in a long-term way. And in order to do that, you need to know as much about the person as possible, how they think, how they move, right? And also where their heart's intentions are, not just towards you, but towards everyone around them. So you want to know how she feels about this person, but in general, taking it more macro, you want to know, how does this person relate to their mother? How do they relate to their father? If there's fractures there, why is that? And how does a person feel about that? People's family of origins, their upbringings, the relational experiences that they've had prior to meeting you and while they're dating you will inform what they think and what they might do in the future, if that makes sense. You need to know fully who somebody is before you consider the possibility of becoming one with that person and making a commitment to do life with that person forever. And so this is what we would consider a red flag. But red flags don't necessarily have to be stop signs. Sometimes they are a pause so that you can do an investigation on some data that has come across your desk, okay? And so have the conversation, but I would say be prepared for what that person's response will be. And another level of emotional wellness is for me to tell you to not judge their response. That's good. To not judge their response, but to accept their response and then have enough self-worth to decide whether you are okay with their response. That is literally an example of how that situation works within the realm of emotional health. I hope that that was helpful. Yeah. So we're just, back at it. We're going to slide into this thing, you know what I'm saying? Kind of easy. I want to let you guys know this is just the appetizer, because next Monday, we have an episode coming that is going to be absolutely amazing. So I just wanted to stop in. I wanted to say, hey, I wanted to talk a little bit about the most recent things that are going on, but I'm excited about everything that we're going to be talking about in this second season of the Whole You Pod. I want to remind you guys to send in your questions, to send in your situations. The email for you guys to send that is going to be right on the screen. And I want to remember to tell you, of course, to make sure that you like this, and make sure that you comment, that you share, that you subscribe, that you do all the things. But we're going to be back at it for a second season, and I promise you it's going to be a hype season. We have some surprises that are going to be popping off. So it's 2025. It's lit. It's going to be an amazing year. This is my personal year of all things wisdom. Favor, I promise you, is breaking off all over the place. And so regardless of how your year might have possibly started, I'm letting you know now, 2025 is going to be an amazing year, especially for those that are attempting as best they can to live righteous. Righteous meaning that you want to move through life just doing your best to do the right thing, okay? All right, I love you guys, and I'll see you next Monday.